Hi everyone, this is Laura and I have another project that I made for Diamond Dyes, and this is actually a project share and a tutorial. Hopefully I'll be able to do the tutorial part with no interruptions. Um, so I just finished this card, and this is my very first easel card. I was so excited and happy that when I actually finished making this card, I decided, I have seen so many videos of this card and I don't know why I never tried it. I guess I was just a little intimidated that I decided to share not only my card but the process with you guys. So this is my little easel card. I created this card using the new Diamond Dies Falling Leaves die set. And if you have not seen that set yet, allow me the opportunity to show it to you. Here it is. This is the most amazing, and it is called the Fall Leaves set. I'm always saying falling. I keep thinking of leaves and falling. It's the Fall Leaves die set, and it is amazing. I love it. As you can see, I'm going leaf happy, leaves happy. Yeah, so this is the little guy, and this little image here, um, I used a Darcy's stamp set, and I'm going to share that with you as well. And then on the inside of the card, that's the way it looks. And yes, she is an easel card, or he is rather. And that's the way it goes, like that. Now, to make this easel card, I'm going to go over my supplies with you real quick, and then I'm going to put it together as well. I used a 8.5 by 4.25 piece of black cardstock, which I did score, and I'm going to give you those score measurements in one moment. You're gonna also need a 4.25 by 4.25 piece of black cardstock. I have some designer papers for the outside and inside. Now this card will not be exactly like this one, because to create my easel cards I've used all my scrap papers. I wanted to minimize my scrap pile, my scrap papers. So I decided I'm going to try to use as many scraps as I could with my papers. And these scraps, these are from the Graphic 45, the botanical collection. And this is from the scraps that I had in my drawer. And I believe that might have been from my mind's eye, but I'm not 100% sure. So like I said, this card will not be exactly like the one here, but the measurements will be, and that's the most important thing. So yeah, so what I did was I cut out, since this is 4.25 all the way around, I cut this one out 4 by 4. So you're going to need two 4 by 4 cards, and then the other one is a 3.75. So you're going to need two 3.75 pieces. And then I have this little trim that I stamped out already, and I distressed with my distress inks, and it says thankful for you. And this also came from the stamp set by Darcy's, and that was this stamp set right here. And I have my little stamp image, which I will color. Now this little guy and the rake I actually stamped out on a piece of scrap from the, again, botanical Graphic 45 paper collection, and I will be coloring him in with my distress markers. And then you're gonna need another little, well, you don't have to, but I had another piece of cardstock underneath, which I cut with my very old school Don't know if you guys remember these, the memory cut scissors. I use my teeny tiny scallops scissors. And yes, I am using them again. And no, I'm not ashamed to break them out every now and then. So those are the supplies that we're going to use to recreate, or rather to try to make this card. Again, like I said, it won't be exactly the same, but it will be very similar. So you're going to take your piece of black cardstock, and just so that my friends can see how easy this card really is, where did I put my, where is my score guide? Did I put her somewhere? Oh my. And I wanted to share with you something about that. Oh my. Oh, here she is. Sorry about that, guys. I should have brought this out before now, but I kind of forgot. Okay, so you're going to take your scoreboard, and you are going to score at 1 1/4, and then you're going to score at 6 3/8. And just to make sure, 1 2 3, yep, 6 3/8. Now, if you don't have one of these ginormous little scoreboards, or one of the little scoreboards, another really neat trick, and a lot of you girls may know this already, is if you put it into your cutter. Now my cutter, I actually broke my cutter. My cutter died on me. I accidentally ate the tracking on my cutter. So, but if you have one of those Fristar's cutter, you can measure it, and you know where you cut. Instead of cutting, just take a stylus or a bone folder and you score it, and that'll be just fine. Once you have scored your card, you want to take it and fold it. And then you're going to fold it with your bone folder, and you're going to fold it in half. Then you're going to flip it over to where it's scored, and you're going to take that piece and you're going to fold it up. And then you're going to, again, use your bone folder and just fold that there. I don't know what that was, but we'll cover that up anyway. And then after you do that, I like to face my card the way it's supposed to be. Now, it should be facing you with the little flappy part up. Then what you do is you take the 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 piece that you cut separate, and you're going to attach that on. So I'm just going to put some of my ATG on there real quick, and I will put that on. And you just want to line it up. I'm sorry guys, I can't see this close. I'm going to have to do this in my hand. I can't see. The lighting in here at this time of night is horrible. So yeah, and then you just line that one on top of the other one. Oh, and I made my first boo-boo. See, this is why I don't do tutorials, so you guys don't see these mistakes. What I did wrong was I was only supposed to add glue to the, and I'll show you in a second after I rub this off. And thank goodness nobody's going to see this side, guys. So it's okay if you make a mistake like I just did. But what you want to do is you only want to add adhesive to this part right here, not this part. So I should have added the adhesive to the folded part rather, meaning the glue should have went over here on these 4 sides. Now, like I said, I just made this card for the first time. So I do apologize if that was a little bit confusing. I know it can be. But how do I know that I have it right? Because now that I'm looking at my card, I go like this. It stands up. Yep. And then I just want to give it a nice good press with my bone folder, just to ensure that everything is nice and flat. There we go. So now I want to start working on the piece that's going to go on the outside, which is that one. And like I said, these were cut 4 by 4 and 3 3/4. And that's going to go like so. So I need to distress this really quick, and I am using my vintage photo distressing. So while I ink these little papers up, I just want to remind you guys really quick and share some information with you about Diamond Dyes. As some of you may or may not know, they're a new dye company. All the dyes are made in the USA. They're all excellent quality dyes, and they are now releasing 5 additional dyes to their already collection that they have out. One is a window dye set, and you have the option and the opportunity to buy the whole window set complete, or you can buy them separately. And right now the whole set is on sale at diamonddyes.com, and if you purchase $25 or more, you will get 15% off of your total purchase using the code Thanks Laura if you're on my channel. If you're on the other girls that are on the Designs Team's channel and you wish to purchase with their code, they'll have their own code, which is Thanks and then their name as well. And best news of all, they are having an amazing giveaway. Diamond Dyes will be gifting away a die cutting machine, retail value of over $100, and they're also going to be giving away 3 Tim Holtz embossing sets, as well as 2 of their beautiful dies. And did I mention that they had a window die set? Yes, they have a window die set. They have the vintage ornament die, which I love. They have the snowflake die set, and they also have the poinsettia die set, and the leaf set that I am going to use for my card today. So they have 5 new die sets, and guys, let me tell you, they are all beautiful. But I think for this particular set that just came out, I think I'm gonna have to say that the snowflake and the leaves happen to be my new favorites, and the window. And all of them. No, I usually have like 1 or 2 that I gravitate to more than all the others, and I have a feeling for me it's going to be the snowflake die set, because the details in that die is unbelievable. Okay, so I inked up all the papers I was going to use. Oh, and guys, another thing that I like to do, and I saw this card on splitcoaststampers.com. If you need some inspiration, I try to get the card base down first before gluing it down to the card base, only because if I make, oh Jesus, what did I just do? Oh yeah, if I do make a mistake, I do that just so that I can keep it in place, because my my hands sometimes give and it moves that on me. So I always put a tiny little glue on the corner, and then that's how I glue my pieces together and they don't fly all over on my craft mat. Yeah, that's just a little cheating technique that I have there. See, but it makes it so much easier for me to glue things down because then I don't have to worry about my paper moving. And since this is a non-stick surface, I just pick it up and then I don't have to worry about what falls on it. Now I did pre-cut a lot of these little dies. I mean these leaves in lots of different colors. And like I said, I used all my scraps. And I'm going to be adding that on. But before I do that, I want to get my little genie out, my doodle genie. And I want to doodle some of those little swirls on here like I did in my other card. And because the orange is pretty dark, I'm going to use my distress inks and I'm going to do that in shabby shutters. And I'm using my brush part and I'm just very lightly coloring it in my doodles. And since they are doodles, it doesn't matter where they go. I just want to get that little kind of wind effect. I don't know if you can see that there. Let's see. And over here, I want to use this part. And I don't want to do too much, but a lot of it will be covered up by the scarecrow and the leaves. And since I can never tell how much of it will actually be covered up, I just do a whole bunch of them. And then whatever sticks out, sticks out. So, yep. Can you see that? Alrighty. So I got my little swirls in. And I just want to see if I can share that with you. See? That's the swirls. And let me glue that back down. Now I can add my leaves. And I don't do them in any particular order. I just glue them on. And I like gluing on lots of them too. So I'm going to just dress these real quick with some of this vintage photo just to give it a little bit more definition when they're piled up on each other. And it also does some nice little shading. It gives it a little bit more dimension. And I want an orange one. And I just love the fall colors. I live up on the mountains in New York, and gotta tell you guys, right about now, well, more like a few weeks ago, these mountains were covered in pure red and gold magic. I think that's one of the reasons why this is my favorite time of year, is because it is amazing, the beautifulness, the beauty. And then of course this house has a view to kill of a lake and the mountains, and it just looks gorgeous. I can't even explain it to you. You would just have to come and visit me and take my word for it. So y'all come on over. We'll have a little crop session. Take a look at all the leaves changing, or that changed already, because we're so far into our season that most of the leaves, not only have they changed, most of them are starting to fall already. Okay, so I think I distressed enough leaves. And like I said, now I'm just going to put them anywhere I like. And again, I am not being very particular about what colors I'm going to put down or where I'm going to put what. But since this paper happens to be a little bit darker than the one that I had started out with, I'll just do that. And then I just start piling them on here. And I'm using my hot glue gun, and I just keep piling it on. I need a green one, and I don't push it down too much either, because I like for it to have a little bit of bulk in them. And I find that with the hot glue, if you don't push it down too hard, It does give it some added dimension when it cools. Does that make sense? When it cools, when the glue cools down, it does give it a little bit of dimension. And I think I will add some yellow right there, and maybe another green. No, a red. No, not red. No, not that one either. What am I looking for? No. Maybe this one? Yeah, that's the one I want. Yeah, so they're having, Diamond Dice is having an amazing giveaway. And like I said, they just released a whole bunch of new dies that you want to go over and check them out, guys. Get those holiday cards and projects and layouts done. And make some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cards with those. So I put my little leaves down. I'm going to put my leaves to the side for now. And the only not so great thing about using my glue gun for these projects is the glue string, guys. And I'm going to have plenty of them. But I usually don't take them off till the end because I can't keep driving myself crazy trying to peel these off. Plus, I don't really have my the fine motor skills in my fingers to take these out. I usually take them out with a pair of tweezers. So sorry about that. So I'm going to put that to the side. Now I want to color in my little man. And I already took out my Distress Mark colors that I wanted to use on him, which is Stormy Sky, Peeled Paint, Brushed Corduroy, Fired Brick Red, and Black Soot. Now the Black Soot, I did his little nose. And he's got the cutest little nose. And guys, every now and then, you will see me stamp an image onto the designer paper if it's light enough. Because I just think that it gives it a lot more, especially when it's something like this, like a scarecrow, something that doesn't have to be very perfect. It's supposed to be a quilted, sewn together scraps, all kinds of scraps type of thing. But I do like to stamp images on designer paper and then color it in. I just think it adds to the fun. And I'm going to color the little pocket in Fire Brick Red. And the other thing it does is it gives the colors of your markers a totally different color that you would have never expected, because it's not really red because of the yellow and the orange in the paper, which I also love. Yep, crazy me. Now I'm going to use my Stormy Sky, and I'm going to color the little band in his head. And because he is a scarecrow, I don't really have to be all that perfect. And I'm going to color in the tops of his jeans in the Stormy Sky. His overalls, rather, not his jeans, overalls. And I'm going to color in his little boots in black. You know what, for you girls that do tutorials all the time and you do your projects on camera, God bless, because this does take forever. I'm already 25 minutes into this, guys, and I'm not, this is just a very, this was supposed to be a very simple card, and I did a lot of the work already. I pre-cutted everything, I did everything, so I am really, really sorry if this video is way too long for you guys. I apologize. I thought I could do it in less than the time that I have pictured, but obviously I am wrong yet again. So I'm going to use the shabby shutters for the hair. Yes, I want my scarecrow to have green hair. Why not? I love green hair for the scarecrow. And now I am going to do his top, which I will do in the peeled paint. And I'm just going over all the little stripes. And then I'm going to go black with my black soot and color in the buttons. And the other little button that's over here. And there he is, all done. I'm also going to take the brush corduroy and color in the broom, or rather the broom handle, the rake. I'm sorry, I keep calling it a broom. It's a rake. So now he's all colored in. And like I said, nothing fancy schmancy. OMG, wait, I forgot to color in his little red gloves. I forgot all about his fingers. And now he's all colored in, and I'm just going to take my scissors, and I'm not, again, going to be extremely careful about lines and stuff because he is a little scarecrow, and I don't know, I just figured he wouldn't be prissy perfect. This is just very easy, simple, fussy cutting. And this image is so stinking cute. I fell in love with this image. And I have not been able to play with it yet. So this easel card, he's the perfect size because he is rather on the small side. And the card base itself 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I thought he was just perfect for that. And hindsight being 2020, I guess I could have colored him in. You really didn't have to see me color him in or fussy cut him. But I guess I just wanted you guys to have the whole experience. And then I haven't even looked up in my camera once to see if I'm even in frame. So I do apologize for that, guys. And I have so many Christmas cards that I still have to get done. Oh my goodness, I'm already starting to feel the rush of the holidays, and yeah. I'm already starting to feel like I am running out of time and haven't done a thing yet. And we're not even in December. And I think it's because the holidays, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but between everybody doing the stuff early, I mean, we just keep putting we keep pushing Christmas further back. Once upon a time we would complain when anything was up before Thanksgiving. Now it's up before Halloween. Now we're pushing straight into the school year. We're doing layaways and advertisement for Christmas in September. So, and I was just laughing and saying this to my husband that it's amazing to me that no matter how much time we get, technically if they're pushing Christmas all the way back to September, you would think that we would have more time for shopping and making things. But it just seems that no matter how much time we do get, it's still not enough. Like, I still feel like Christmas just sneaks up on you. So he started laughing, and he says, what are you going to do when they start advertising in July? And I was like, hey, stranger things have happened. I can see that happening for sure. That I don't think it would be so strange, considering that we're already advertising and doing layaways in September. So yep, this is my little guy. I have all his little fingers cut out now. And like I said, I don't go too crazy with the fussy cutting. As you can see on my card with my other little guy, I didn't either. And I'm sorry if I'm pulling this image away from the camera for a brief minute, but it's just that my eyesight is really bad, guys. And I went to go for my new glasses. Yes, I have to start wearing glasses now. And they're not going to be in for a few weeks. And I never wore glasses before, but I have to now. So that's the little person. Now what I'm going to do with him to get rid of a lot of the white edges on him from the cutting is I am just going to distress him with some of my vintage photo, and that will take care of all these little boo-boos like magic. This stuff is great. Can you see that, guys? Look. Do I lie? Magic. And it doesn't really take away from any of the colors that I used on his clothing at all. See, now he's all done. And please excuse my fingers as they get dirty doing this card. Now, I have him on Pop Dots. So let me get some of those Pop Dots. Excuse me, guys. And we're going to pull some of these Pop Dots for him. And I am going to put some on his head, one on his body, and one on his lower body. And then I'm going to take the teeny tiny ones, and I am going to put one in each one of his hands, just to hold up those arms and they don't get squished. Again, guys, I do apologize for being so slow. Like I said before, this is one of the reasons why I don't do too many tutorials, because my hands are not as quick as everyone else's, and I do have really bad problems with my fingers. See, I'm already my arms. This is hard to explain, but my arms and my fingers are already starting to have spasms and cramps, and it happens sometimes. It's just that today is one of those very rainy days, and the weather, unfortunately for me, plays a big part of it. Those rainy days can do a number on me. Alright, so I have my little guy here, and I'm just going to press him down. And then I already, well, at least I did this ahead of time. I already stamped out and fussy cut the little autumn greeting out. And I'm just going to distress that a tiny bit. And I'll just get my glue for him. And for him, I'm just going to use a little bead of hot glue real quick. And I will put the little greeting sign down right there. And then where is his little rake? Here it is. Now I will take his little rake, again, putting these pop dots on it. I will put a big one on the broom. And then the handle itself, and because my little glue dots are a little bit big, I'm just going to trim off the excess like so. And then I will glue him the handlebar. I'm actually just going to hot glue that down just to make sure that it doesn't move. There we go. Now that I have that in the place that I like, I'm going to add a little bead of hot glue there. Then just glue that stick right down there. So there you go. We have the leaves on, we have the doodles, and the stickles I always add at the end. Now again, I do this first and then I will attach it to the card base. And how you want to make sure that you have the right side of the easel card, just lift it up, see if it looks like the easel card, and if it does, then you're on the right track. And I just want to center this as good as I can and just put that there like that. Is that even? No, it's not. Ugh. Lift it up before it sticks. Now I think I have it. There we go. So there's that part there. Now to work on the inside of the card. As I said, I already distressed these parts. I'm going to add this here. And I think I have that centered there. And then I'm going to add this layer on top. And here we go. And that's there. Now for that strip of paper, I am just going to take my scissors. And these are so old, guys. Oh my God, I don't even think they use these anymore. My grandson was actually playing with these the other day. And I'm just going to cut a little scallop edge here. They are so noisy. Sorry about the noise, guys. But they're still cute and they still work. So there we have it. And I'm just going to ink this up real quick. Put some vintage photo on either side. And then I'm going to add some of this ATG and glue that little puppy down right there. Oh, hold on. This one seems to be just a teeny bit longer. And yep, there we go. That's perfect. And again, some more pop dots. And this is going to go right there. I just want to try to catch. I want to try to catch it in the center. There we go. All right, so we're going to have some pop dots. Where? Right there. I'm just going to take this. And I am going to trim this off here so I don't have any accidents with my measurements. I'm going to add the glue dots. We are almost done with this card, guys. Again, I do apologize for taking so long. So I added my little glue dots. Let me just get these little papers out the way before I glue them down also. And I'm just going to distress these edges. And then that's, hold on, I have to kind of turn that to the side so I can see what I'm doing. So I want the scallops to show on both ends before I glue this down. Yep, that's good. And then I just flip it over, cut what little excesses are there. So now I have my little sign. I can write my little message here. I have these little acorns that I did fussy cut ahead of time, and I also colored them in with my distress markers, and I think they make little great little accent pieces. So I'm going to put one there, and I'm going to put another one here, and I'm going to go back to the front of the card now, and I am going to put one there just because I want to. Yeah, the other card doesn't have it, but you know what? I feel like this one could use it. And I have another one here, like so. And now, see how this one is the easel. So that's it for my card, guys. I just have to add some glitter, but I think this video has been long enough. So that's my little easel card that I made using my Diamond Dies leaf set. I sure hope that if you have not tried making an easel card, that this has inspired you to go ahead and try. I was inspired by Split Coast Stampers, seeing their easel cards, and a lot, and I mean a lot of my friends on YouTube, they have been making easel cards for quite some time. So I now am among the happy few, many, the happy many that is making easel cards now. Yay! And I so love them. They're a really nice size. They're so easy. I love the fact that they flatten down, even though there's so much dimension to them. They flatten down really nice for mailing. And oh, I got a little sticky dot on my finger. So that really, really makes me happy. So two very different but yet very the same cards. Give it a try, guys, and thank you so much if you hung in to the end of this video. God bless. Thank you so much. I hope this has helped you and inspired you. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.